All your documents, pictures, and videos are just files on your computer. Knowing where they are and how to manage them is important for keeping your data easy to access and safe from problems. In this video, we'll go over how to find, move, and organize your files. Let's do a quick background on what files are. If you want to skip ahead to actual steps, it won't hurt my feelings. All the stuff on your computer's hard drive is files. Files can generally be separated into two categories: executable files and data files. Executable files are programs that run or execute code on your computer. We're not so concerned about those as much as we are the data files. Data files make up your pictures, documents, audio, video, and other things you can open with programs. Files are stored in folders, also known as directories. You can use folders to organize your files. There is a limit to how many folders you can put in other folders, but it's hard for one person to hit that limit. Folder names also have a limit, but you should keep them clean and short so your data is easy to find and organize. Files have names that are made of two parts: the file name and the extension. The file name tells you what the file is, and the extension tells the computer what type the file is so it can know what program can be used to open the file. Back in the old days, file names were limited to 8 characters and extensions were limited to 3 characters. Both are now able to be longer, but you will commonly see extensions still 3 to 4 characters. An example is GIFs are usually .gif files. JPEG files can be .jpg or .jpeg. Older files from Microsoft Word had .doc as their extension, but newer Word documents use .docx to differentiate the newer files that support newer versions of Word and have more features not found in older versions. Now that we have the basics of what a file and a folder is, let's take a look at some files and show you how to create folders and shortcuts, move data from one folder to another, and copy data from your computer's hard drive to an external drive like a USB drive. Alright, this is a very basic topic, I know, but we're going to just show you how to get into the File Explorer and get into some folders in your home folder and show you how to move the files around, copy, cut, paste, and create some shortcuts. So, alright, to find the File Explorer, we're going to click on Start and type File, and that'll bring up the File Explorer. You can also click the shortcut in your taskbar if you've got one. The first place it brings you to is the Quick Access menu, and this Quick Access has got some shortcuts to some different places that correspond to folders in your home folder. To find the home folder, we click on the C drive, go to Users, go to your username, and this is your home folder. So, some other features that we should look at is when you move your mouse over things in the side menu, they have arrows that collapse and expand the different parts. So you can collapse and expand the Quick Access menu or this PC. Again, this PC shows your different drives and shows how you can get down through the files to your home folder. Up at the top, there's the home section and some different menus at the top. The one we'll use in just a moment is the view menu. We'll get to that in just a second. So these folders, you can see by the type column here that these are folders and not other sorts of files, but the type column tells you what file extension is used when you get to files, but for now we're just looking at file folders. So, but for special files, we're going to be looking at the downloads and documents and pictures folders right now. The other ones have different things, but we might get into those in a different video. So for now, we're going to go in the downloads folder, and I've already got some files in here. So we've got an Excel document, we've got a PDF file, a Word document, and a couple of image files. So as I mentioned earlier, extensions on file names tell Windows which programs to open to view those files. So we've got this one's already bound to or associated with Excel, and PDF files are associated right now with Microsoft Edge. You might have them associated with Adobe Reader. This document is associated with Microsoft Word, and image files are associated with an image viewer. So we'll open up the GIF file, and you'll see that opens up with the photo viewer. Same for the JPEG. So to see the file extensions, we click on View, and we can show hide the file extensions. And now we can see the file extensions. You can change the file extensions. For instance, we're going to change JPEG to JPEG instead of JPG. Still works. Still does the same thing. Because the photo viewer is configured to open JPEG files for both the extensions. But if we call this something different like JPGX and acknowledge the warning to, are you sure you want to change this? When we try to open that, it says, well, we can't open that. We don't know what to do with that. So you get the option to pick an application to open that with. So we just want to click away to make that go away, and we're going to change this back to .jpg. Again, the downloads folder is a special folder that the web browsers typically drop files in. So you will, after a little while, you'll see a bunch of different files in here. It'll be kind of like the entryway table in your house where you drop your keys and drop your mail, and it just kind of gets all cluttered up. So in order to organize those files, we want to move them around to different places. So we're going to first take the Word document, and we're going to move that over to your Documents folder. So we can move the file by doing Cut. That selects it to be moved to a different folder. You see how it grayed out. We're going to go to the Documents folder. You can go to either place, Documents here, or see, Users, Username, Documents here. It's all the same place. So we're going to right click and paste. And now that document is now in the Documents folder. It's in the Documents folder here. But it's no longer in the Downloads folder because we cut it and then we pasted it. That removes it from its original folder and moves it to the new folder. So, so we've got a couple of files here, the spreadsheet and this PDF file. They are budget related. We've got a budget spreadsheet, and we've got a PDF of tax papers. Yay, IRS, woohoo. All right, so we're gonna make a folder in the Documents folder called Budget Stuff. To make that folder, we're gonna right click in the white space, go to New, and create a folder. We're gonna call it Budget Stuff. All right, we've got that folder. It's got nothing in it, but we're gonna put some stuff in it. So we're gonna go to the Downloads folder. We're going to click on the first document. We're going to hold the Control key on the keyboard, and that's going to let us select more than one document. You can also do the Shift key. If I click the first document, hold down the Shift key and click the next document, it'll select that. But if there's documents in between, it'll select all of them, and that's holding the Shift key. But if I want to select if I want to select files that are not next to each other, I have to hold the Control key. Fortunately, these two are all nice and neat next to each other. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to cut those. No, actually, we're going to not cut those. We're going to do something different. We're going to select those, and then we're going to drag them. And if you hold your mouse over Documents, you see how it popped out Budget Stuff automatically? So you can just hold your mouse there, and it'll expand the folders just by holding there. So we're going to let go of the mouse over Budget Stuff, and those two files get moved into the Budget Stuff folder. So now in our documents, we've got a folder called Budget Stuff, and we've got our Word document. Let's go back over our Downloads folder. We're going to repeat the process for these two image files. We're going to move them to Pictures. Just highlight them, or click one, hold Control, click the other, and then drag them to where you want them. We're going to move them down to Pictures. All right, so we've got all of our files cleaned out of our Downloads folder. So there's one more folder that's special, and that's the Desktop folder. So if we go back to our Home folder, see Users, Username, Desktop. The Desktop folder is very special because it is a mirror of whatever's on your desktop. So in this case, the only thing we have on the desktop is a shortcut to Microsoft Teams. All users on the computer may have other icons. In this case, Microsoft Edge isn't showing up because it's a program installed for all users. Microsoft Teams is only installed for this user, so the icon's only on this user's desktop. So that may be a little bit of an advanced topic, but that's just why you see some things and don't see others. So again, this is a special folder because when we create stuff in here, we click new and we say new Word document. Well, that Word document shows up on the desktop. Well, the desktop's not a great place to store files. It's best to use the desktop to create shortcuts to other things. So let's say we wanted to be able to quickly get to your documents folder from the desktop. We're going to right click in the white space here, and you can do this in the File Explorer or directly on the desktop. I'm going to say new shortcut. We get a pop-up asking us for where we want to create the shortcut. We're going to click browse, and we're going to drill down from our name, and we'll click documents. And that fills in the path automatically. We'll say next. Now we get the option to rename the document or rename the shortcut if we like from what the original target is. We're going to call this Wayne's Documents. And now we've got a shortcut to Wayne's Documents on the desktop. So if I close the File Explorer and open up Wayne's Documents, well, I'm right there where my Word document is and my budget stuff folder is. So I can quickly get to my stuff from the desktop, directly to that folder. All right, last bit and we'll wrap it up. We want to show you that we can also move files to this USB drive here. So we're going to take our document that's now in our Documents folder, no longer in the Downloads, and we're just going to click and drag that over to the USB. Now, because it's a different drive, earlier when we clicked and dragged something, it did a move. Well, now when we click and drag, because it's a different drive, it's copying it. So when we drop it there, there's a copy on that other drive and also a copy still in our Documents folder. So that covers where files are usually stored, when we need to move them around, and creating folders and shortcuts to organize them so we can get to them quicker. If you found this helpful, please like it. And if you'd like more tutorials on specific topics, please leave a comment. If you'd like to keep informed of new videos, click subscribe and click notification bell. Thanks.